This is a male alligator. His name is Beast. Beast is around 300 pounds and close to 10 feet in length. All the way back there by the fence, there's one more. That's Beauty, a female alligator. She's around 200 pounds, closer to 7 feet. But I'm going to be working with Beast today. Alligators are of the crocodilian family. This family dates back 60 million years to the time of the dinosaurs and were said to reach lengths of about 60 feet. The largest alligator ever caught, that was back in Louisiana, the year 1890. That alligator was 19 feet 2 inches in length. The largest alligator we have on the farm is in that pond right over there, close to 14 feet, a little bit under 1,000 pounds, between 60 and 70 years old. One question I always get, what is the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Does anybody know any differences between the alligator and the crocodile? Nose, you're right. The snout, the mouth of the alligator and crocodile, different shapes. Alligators have the wider, rounder shaped snout, kind of like a U shape. Crocodiles have a narrow, skinny, pointy shaped snout, more like a V or a triangle shape for the crocodile. But who gets bigger, the alligator or the crocodile? You're right. Crocodiles get bigger than alligators. Who's going to be found in more places of the world? The alligator or the crocodile? Crocodiles are found all over the world. Most of your tropical regions, you're going to find crocodiles. Alligators are only found in 2 places. One of those is right here in the United States. We have the American alligator, right? There's one more alligator in China, but the alligator from China is not called the American alligator. It's going to be called the Chinese alligator.
Chinese alligator.
The color is also different when alligators are born. Yes, alligators have those little tiny yellow stripes that run across their entire body. And if you've been to the other side of the farm where we have most of our baby alligators over there, you'll see they have those little yellow stripes. But eventually, as they grow up and start to mature, they're going to lose all of those yellow stripes. Then they become more of a jet black color. Crocodiles are going to be a lighter green, more like a khaki green color. But which one is more dangerous, the alligator or the crocodile?
Crocodile.
The one that is close enough to you. They're both pretty dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Right here in South Florida, this is the only place in the world where you can find alligators and crocodiles living together. That is right here in the Everglades where we have the American alligator and the American crocodile. If you're not from Florida, you're probably not too familiar with the American crocodile, right? But yes, we do have crocodiles here in South Florida. They're going to be found in the coastal areas. They can live in salt water. One of the only crocodiles that can live and thrive and do well in the ocean. The only other one is the saltwater crocodile, Southeast Asia, Australia. You'll find them out there. But the American crocodile here in South Florida, they can live in the ocean. And most of their life they're going to be in salt water, in the ocean. They'll come inland during the breeding season to breed in lakes or canals, and then they'll build their nests in fresh water as well. But after that, back into the salt water. The Native Americans here in Florida, they would capture alligators. They relied on the alligator for many things. Of course, the skin, but more importantly, the meat. They would eat the alligator. They did learn at first killing the alligator was a bad idea because dragging the alligator home in this hot Florida sun, the meat of the alligator, it starts to spoil very fast. They had to come up with different ways to bring the alligators home alive, and those are some of the techniques I'm going to be showing today. All right. And tapping the alligator on the snout. Of course, it's going to place him in a defensive posture, kind of a warning, letting him know that he is going to bite down if anything touches the inside of that mouth. So let's see if we can get him to slam those jaws shut. And if you guys don't mind, you can stay up front, but try not to block the people in front of you, okay? So listen closely, guys. I'm going to toss this little pebble in there. There we go. So yeah, anything touches that inside of the mouth, the alligator is going to slam those jaws shut right away, guys. The bite force of an alligator this size is close to 3,000 pounds of pressure. And that's more than enough power to crack bones, crush open turtle shells. Within the entire animal kingdom, the American alligator has the second strongest bite. Only the Nile crocodile from Africa has a stronger bite than the American alligator. And still nothing to mess around with, guys. Very painful bite, and yes, I have been bitten before, guys. It just comes with the territory. Working with alligators, it's more of a matter of how bad and when it's going to happen. But luckily enough, I have all 9 of my fingers, so I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Be
guys.
careful.
All right, so let's drag him back a little bit so everybody can see the big guy.
Oh no.
And no worries, guys.
Be
Dragging
careful.
the alligator by the tail does not harm or hurt the alligator.
Okay.
These animals are very strong, very durable animals. It takes a lot to really hurt an alligator. These animals have been around for millions of years for a reason, guys. One of those reasons is their skin is very tough, very thick. The back of the alligator is full of skin-covered bone plates called osteoderms, or scutes for short. It's pretty much body armor, protection for the alligator.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, protection from other animals when they're smaller. But once they become an adult, there's no other animal here in Florida that's messing with a full-grown adult alligator, except another alligator, and that's what that protection is mainly for, other alligators. All right, getting onto the back of the alligator, a technique used by the natives called the quick capture. And once on the back of the alligator, one stunt that made these shows very famous, showing everybody all 80 teeth of the alligator. 40 teeth on the top jaw, 40 teeth on the bottom jaw. If the alligator loses a tooth, there's going to be another tooth growing back to replace the missing one. Alligators can go through around 2,000 to 3,000 teeth throughout their entire lifespan. And if you look closely to the back of the alligator's throat, you can see that it's sealed shut. The back of the alligator's throat is called the glottis. The glottis is used when the alligator grabs its prey outside of the water, drags its prey back into the water, drowns its prey, but not drown itself. At the top of the snout, the nose, the nostrils, they can only breathe from their nostrils. The eyes are right here pointed off to the side, guys. Because the eyes are pointed off to the side, alligators cannot see directly in front of them. They can only see off to their sides. Kids behind you, they can't see. Are these your children right here? Yeah, they're not going to be able to see if you guys are blocking. So parents, I don't know whose children these belong to, but please, if you don't mind, they can stand up. Just keep them on the outsides, okay?
Okay.
The eyes, they can only see off to the sides. They cannot see directly in front of them. Some of you might have even heard that saying that if an alligator is chasing you, run in a zigzag pattern. If an alligator is chasing you, run as fast as you can. The ears are right here, guys. These little tiny flaps, these are the ears of the alligator. When the alligator is underwater, the alligator is going to seal those ears shut. They can still kind of hear under the water as well. The brain is located at the center of the alligator's head, right there where I'm pointing my finger. And the alligator's brain is only around the same size as my thumbnail. With the brain that small, that does mean the alligator is an instinctual animal. You cannot train alligators, guys. All right, so one more technique.
Look, what's going to happen now? Oh, no. Oh, no. Be careful.
Grabbing your rope, tie the jaws. And that technique is called the bulldogging technique. Sometimes the natives, they would have to go out and hunt alligators alone, and they needed a way to tie the jaws for just one person. That is how they would do it. If we can, everybody, let's get a big hand for our American alligator. In the wild, guys, they're not going to be as calm as beasts. They do not make good pets. They're not your buddies. They are fast enough to catch small dogs, small cats, and even small flying birds. Catching one of us is not a problem for an alligator. If you see an alligator, guys, always keep a safe distance. I want to thank you all for coming out. That does conclude my alligator show. If you enjoyed the show, please feel free to show your appreciation on the way out. Before you leave, guys, I am going to give everybody a chance to hold an alligator. If you look closely, guys, these alligators are alive. They're gonna move, and they're very strong. Hold that tail nice and tight. So one hand holding the tail, hold that tail tight, guys. The other hand, place it under the front legs. Please do not drop the alligators. Once you're done holding your alligator, you can pass them down to the next person or group that's waiting. If you like to hold an alligator, come on down, guys. So one under the front legs, one hand holding that tail nice and tight. Now you don't want to squeeze it too tight to where you're hurting the alligator, but hold it tight if they start to move, okay? You want this one? Or you want this one?
У него пальчик, у него одной лапки, паре пальца нету. О, он уже один тут.
Ну окей, там еще один лежит в бассейне.
Вот-вот. Вот наше шоу закончилось.